It's really interesting. And this is something this is a pattern that repeats itself in stories. Anthropologists really identify these stages of coming out, a kind of transformation that the hero goes through, and coming back where he shares all his insights, the new insights that he got. And many times the hero, he discovers a new world, and he comes back to the old world, to his own world, and he has these two worlds that he has experienced. Where do these pattern stories come from? And this is something that exists all over the world. First of all, it's something that's rooted in man himself. That he dreams, he fantasizes these things because he really wants for this to happen, for it to be this way. Because according to our own rationale, we know that there can't be night without day and day without night. There has to be the right connection between the two, that the light shall shine as the darkness, that there can't be one without the other. And accordingly, all of these stories, fairy tales, it's not some grandma that invented it, but people with a scientific background, with the correct attitude to nature, with experienced in seeing different phenomena in nature and so on. Yeah, also Plato talked about these concepts, meaning these are things that are rooted in us very deeply. And because we also have this expectation that maybe these stories will come true, can they come true? If something exists in us, it's in order for us to use it for the end goal. And also these tales, they exist in mankind in order to bring us to that very goal. And just to mention that these stories, these are the stories that accompany mankind throughout history, and eventually mankind always returns to them and wants for them to come true. And subconsciously, we live out these legends, and people develop, first and foremost, by them. This is very interesting. It means that these stories, they have a place in our development as human beings. Of course, you have that in every nation, culture, even nations and cultures that are as if disconnected from one another. But you can see parallel lines, stories about animals, people, heroes. It's all very similar, as if it came from, some one general library. That it's really so, by the way.